viewers, how are you today and how is your coding going? We have covered much of Scratch by now, such as the motion blocks, the looks blocks, which included the costume blocks, the sound blocks, that is playing different sounds, the event blocks, that included the when green flag clicked or when a keyboard key is pressed on the keyboard, the control blocks that included the loops and the if-else conditions, and we have also done animations using the costumes. For example, the Scratchy the cat has 2 costumes, and by doing the next costume block, I can give this effect of animation to Scratchy the cat. Animation of sprites can also be used to make stories. Besides making games, you can think of a story, think of your characters, and either use the sprites that are already available in Scratch, or you can just draw your own sprite by going to the paint tool and then draw one here. And you can add speech bubbles. This one will add a speech bubble, and you can animate your sprite and make an interesting story with different backdrops. And today I will teach you just that. I will choose 2 characters from the Scratch resource. By the way, I'm using this offline version of Scratch, and you can see that it's equally powerful to the one that is available online. So I will be using 2 characters, and they will be telling a little about themselves. It will not be a long story, it will be a short educational introduction of 2 characters. So let's start. First, I will just choose a sprite. I'm choosing a soccer player here. His name is Ben. And let's get rid of these other sprites. Okay, so this has very cute costumes in which he is getting ready to kick the ball. I feel that his head is a little bit away from his body. If I click on it, I can see that different parts of his body are surrounded by this blue box. This means that I can change the position of these body parts. So I will just bring the head closer. Now we need a soccer ball, and we need a soccer backdrop. So again, I will choose this soccer field. I will put my sprites in position, and the ball needs to be reduced in size so that it looks appropriate size along with Ben. So I've changed the size to 80, and now this looks to be good. And we need to capture this scene so that whenever the event of when green flag is clicked, our story should come back to this point in time. Okay, this is very important. We have to take care of all the points and events in our program. So we will just capture it. We have Ben in the correct position, so this marks the position where he is. And when green flag is clicked, go to this position. So even if I change his position and then click the green flag, he will get back to his position. So this is perfect. I want that this costume, this is the default costume of Ben, so we need to take care of that. Switch costume to Ben T. This is the costume in which he has his hands on his waist. So this is the right costume, and I want to take care of the backdrop too. So switch backdrop to the soccer field, because we will be adding another character to our story, and that character will have her own backdrop. So I have to make sure that whenever the story starts, the scene switches to the soccer field. So when the green flag is clicked, Ben will be standing here with this costume at this exact point. Backdrop will be the soccer field. Okay. Similarly, for the soccer ball, we have to do the same thing. The ball is at the right position. So this go to has captured the correct position. So even if I change the position of the ball and I click the green flag, the ball will get back to this position. Okay. Now we will add a few speech bubbles to Ben. Okay, So the speech bubbles are available in the looks blocks, and we will say hello. A speech bubble is basically something which you can see in comic books or even in cartoons, in which whatever the character is saying, it comes over his head in a sort of a white cloud, and that is called a speech bubble. So if I click here, you can see whatever I had written here, it has come up there. So he will say this thing for 2 seconds, and then we will add a little bit of delay in the control blocks. Wait 1 second, then we will duplicate it. I am a soccer player. Again, wait for 1 second because I had duplicated it. And now we will add a little bit of animation to make our story more interesting, in which he will be kicking the ball. Okay, so we will be switching his costumes rapidly in a way that it looks that he's actually kicking the ball. So we will switch costume to, okay, so this is Ben A, in which he's making the position to kick the ball, and then Ben B, and we will then bring him back to Ben D. So Ben A, then add a little bit of delay, because if you remember, I told you before when we were making the zombie game that we need to add a little bit of delay because the human eye cannot see such rapid movements. We've added a delay of 0.5 seconds, and then we will switch the costume to Ben B, in which he actually kicks the ball, and then again delay of 0.5 seconds, and this is the point when the ball will be kicked. Now we have to add the code to the ball that when it's kicked, it should move upwards and then disappear. So it should move somewhere here and then just disappear. So we will add this glide code to it, 1 second to this position, and then in the looks blocks it should just hide. Okay, and obviously when the green flag is clicked, it should show itself too, because this is the starting point of our story, so the ball should be showing. So I should also add the show block to Ben, because eventually Ben will also hide when we will go to the next character. So when in the beginning of the story, Ben should be showing. So this is why I've added the show block here, and similarly I've added the show block here too. So the ball will go up and then hide, but when will it go up? This is an important point. When Ben will kick the ball. So how will the computer know that the ball has been kicked? Ben is not an actual human, he's just a sprite. So we have to send a message to the ball that it has been kicked. So how can we do that? So when the ball has been kicked, we have to add something here, and that is basically in the events block, and it's a message. We will broadcast a message. We'll choose ball kicked. So now the message has been broadcasted, and when the ball will receive this message, when I receive ball kicked, then it will glide up. And now we have to bring the Ben back to his this position, which was basically Ben D. So switch costume to Ben D. Okay, so let's try our code. This looked good. One character has been completed, and we will do the next character in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.